Welcome to the Raw Quiz Show. I am your servant host to the actual host, our AI overlords at Skynet, for this very special episode of the Raw Quiz Show. What is special about this episode? Well, what is special is that Chat GPT, an AI, has written all the questions for tonight's show. So if they are bad, it's not me to blame for a change. With that being said, let's just get right into it. Our first question, a science question for 10 bow points. What is the medical term for low blood pressure?
Jack. Hypotension?
Hypotension is correct. For 10 bow points, you can hit anyone you like.
What are the counts? Gail's above everybody, isn't she? But I'm just going to hit Ryan.
I did not give you all the scoreboard, did I?
It's fine. I'll just hit you.
Yes. All right. Our next question, culture question for 10 sword points. In what year did the New England Patriots win their first Super Bowl?
Jack,
what do you have?
I don't think this is right. 2002.
2002, according to Chat GPT, is correct.
I'm like, this can't be right. I'm not buzzing.
No, like
this
I
can't
was.
be right.
My whole thought was it has to have happened. They could possibly have won one way back, and like before Brady.
No, it's like all Brady. It's like, yeah. But anyway, yeah. You had those were just 10 sword points, so you had to hit Tim and Jack.
Did I have to hit you? Because you would have had 50 points after the first one.
Yeah, you had to hit
okay.
Tim because that's where it shuffled things.
My bad, Tim.
That's just where. Look, blame the computer. This is the one episode I can say that with 100% reckless abandon. Blame the computer
all the way.
Yeah, I was also like 2002. That was like 4 years ago, and it's like, wait, no,
4 years ago.
It feels that way
like sometimes.
Yeah. It's like that. That was 1 year after 9/11, which,
Wow.
4 years ago.
I mean, I might be dating myself, but I was already in college.
Our next question is a random category question. We are going to play the elimination game with categories courtesy of Chat GPT. So I'm just going to apologize in advance. Hands up, no Google. We're going to go in scoreboard order. So it'll be Gail, myself, Jack, and Tim. Gail, start us off with animals.
A bear.
Cat. Jack.
Lion.
Tim.
Tiger.
Gail.
Octopus.
Dog. Jack.
Kangaroo.
Tim.
Squirrel.
Gail.
Axolotl.
Oh, good. Butterfly. Jack.
Ocelot. Butterfly's not an animal. That's an insect. Butterfly is not an animal.
An insect is an animal.
Wrong.
Insects are part of the category Animalia. Judge rules. No violation.
Judge rules.
Okay. Am I going or am I
Yeah,
not?
I think it's Tim.
Yes.
Turtle.
Gail?
What did Tim say?
It's a
Turtle.
Turtle. Okay, I'll say squirrel.
Squirrel's already
Tim
been said.
said
Gail is
squirrel.
eliminated.
Darn it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I had so many other good ones too.
All of these categories are that bad. I'm just going to warn y'all. I will start us off with occupations, and I'm going to say janitor. Jack?
Teacher.
Tim?
Janitor. You already said it, didn't you?
Okay. That was quicker than expected.
Yeah.
Jack, it's me and you. Start us off with modes of transportation.
Car.
Bike.
Horse.
Yeah.
I win.
You win just by making me laugh. Like, Horse came out of nowhere.
Royal
So
Canadian Mounted Police, you know.
It was a purposeful pick.
It was legitimate, you know.
And even if you made it past horse, I was going with mule next.
Donkey,
I was
elephant.
gonna say zonkey.
Alpaca.
You really want to get creative? Camel,
Camel, yeah,
Camels.
camel.
Jinx.
Yeah.
spaceship.
Spaceship. The Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. Spaceship.
You can get real specific with that, and it could go on for a long time.
Yeah.
That was
My
for 10
mom's
normal.
1995 Toyota Civic, Honda Civic, whatever.
Well, if you said Bronco, I wouldn't know which one you were talking about.
You
Same
could have
with-
used Bronco twice.
Yeah, Mustang twice.
Mhm.
And it's also a thing that fits in the animals category. So
I can't find anything that says butterflies are animals.
butterfly.
I
Oh
even
my
clicked the question that says, is a butterfly an animal? And it says, butterflies are the adult flying stage of certain insects belonging to a lepidor, whatever group, meaning scaly wings. That's it. There's nothing about it being an animal.
All insects are animals.
So I think it's
Yeah.
the biological animal kingdom, maybe. You got
Yes,
flora and fauna.
it is.
Yeah.
It is firmly in Animalia. It is. There's a lot
If
of
Skynet wasn't
insects.
running this show, it would be contested.
According to the Smithsonian, or whatever that's worth, they are part of a group of animals known as arthropods.
A group of what now?
Arthropods.
Anyway,
Yeah.
So say
Now-
the Smithsonian.
now that we have a firm grasp of the obvious, our next question is a history question for 10 sword points, and Jack, you're disabled for it. Who was the ruler of the Ottoman Empire from 1520 to 1566? 1520.
Gail.
Tim, who do you have?
Suleiman the Magnificent.
That is correct. And you're
Probably
is such-
butchering the name.
That is such a great name.
it is a great name.
Its name is Suleiman the Magnificent.
Like, like Alexander the Great's great and all, but the Magnificent, come on. I mean, if I had to have a the moniker, like,
Yeah.
you can't do much better than the Magnificent.
That's true.
Yeah. All
It's
right.
really good.
Our next culture question, by the way, those were 10 sword points, and I was Tim's only valid target, so
Woohoo!
that's what happened there.
Only 4 more questions. Skynet goes down.
I'm not Skynet. I'm a person. I'm as much a prisoner of this as y'all. All right. Okay, not as much, but I'm like the prisoner that they promote to like.
You're the
semi-large
head prisoner.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that. Somebody froze. Maybe I froze.
Oh,
He's a trustee inside the prison.
yeah,
Right.
Nice.
you're the head prisoner. You're Snoke from the Andor
Yeah,
show.
Andy Serkis's character. There's no way out. There's one way out in there, but here we're not so lucky. All
Nope.
right, our next question is a culture question for 10 normal points. Who wrote the novel Pride and Prejudice?
Jack.
Jack.
Jane Austen.
Jane Austen is correct.
I didn't even have to click the search because it comes up. In
I-
the thing.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I should know this,
I
but
know,
I
me
wasn't sure.
too.
So the reason I had to be so ridiculously specific with my wording of the questions, getting questions from the AI, is the first round of questions it gave me were all like, who wrote the Declaration of Independence? And, like, what color is the sky? And you're just like, dude, like, I gotta have less than, maybe more than 4 seconds per question.
I mean, I guess it depends on how you define the sky, because it's only blue
Yeah.
because of the
Who you define
atmosphere.
wrote and
Is it sunset? Is it
Yeah.
sunrise? Is it the northern lights?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think that I'm making that example up, but the Declaration of Independence one definitely was one of them. And it was all stuff like that. It was, like,
yeah.
what is the first book of the Bible? Come on, man. Ask them something that makes them think a little bit.
Like Suleiman the Magnificent.
Yeah, look, it was a tall order for an AI. Speaking of which, we're gonna play Pictionary for our next question.
Is the robot drawing?
No, but it did give
Aw.
me. It did dictate.
I wish it was. You can't draw worth crap on here.
You're very nice, Jack. I appreciate your confidence in me. All right. Oh boy. Oh boy.
The Red Sea.
Rocks. Pie.
It's a car, a bicycle.
It's a wagon.
Bicycle is correct.
Wow.
Wow, that was fast.
Wow.
Those were
Alright.
10 bow points. So
I think
Jack,
it's because I'm hitting you. I think it's because I've watched you draw too many times, and I know where you're going.
Oh, that's
I'm
fair.
sensing a theme here.
Yeah.
Well, if
James
Rachel
most of
was
these,
here-
and he always attacks Ryan.
If Rachel was here, it'd be Rachel. So.
You have foregone attacking Rachel in order to kill me before, but
I have,
That's-
because me and Rachel have teamed up.
wow. All right. Next question is a history question for 10 sword points. Who was the first emperor of China's King? I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but I think it's Qing Dynasty.
Tim
Tim,
Shi Huang.
that is not what I have. Okay.
Gail.
Gail, what do you have?
Kangxi Emperor.
That is also not what I have.
Oh.
Jack,
Jack, what do you have?
Nuhachi,
Yes.
the guy from Indiana Jones.
No.
Is that the guy from Temple of Doom? Nuhachi in the little jar?
I gotta give you the points.
Nurhachi?
Yeah,
Yes.
Nuhachi.
Wikipedia says that he's Emperor of later Jin,
I know,
So-
it's weird. It's
so-
like,
but it still includes him in the article, though, for the
So
Qing
he-
Dynasty.
Here's what happened.
But was definitely an Indiana Jones.
I
Yeah.
googled first emperor of the Qing Dynasty, and it came up with Shunzi Emperor, right?
mhm.
And it says that
Well,
was the
second.
that's the second, right? And if
Yeah.
you keep reading, it says the 14th son of the Qing Dynasty's founder, Nurachi.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, it's like embedded in, because what you said, Tim, that was the first one I got.
Yeah.
Like, because it
Mhm.
says China's first emperor. I'm like, okay, I mean, that sounds pretty legit.
Yeah. I mean, if you're the first in general, I'm sure you're the first of the dynasty.
No, this was just bad Google foo, I think.
Yeah.
It's not even your fault, because the first result is the second emperor of the
Yes,
dynasty.
I know.
Even when you say the first one.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's like I say all the time, you can use Google, it doesn't always help. So
Yeah. Nuhachi.
all right, Jack, those were 10 sword points. You can hit Gail or you can hit Tim.
Well, Gail has more points than Tim, so I'll hit Gail.
That makes perfect sense. And you,
Plus, the points puts you in the lead.
yeah,
Well,
that's the
that too, but I mean, if I had my choices, I would just have a much longer sword
Yeah.
and hit Ryan.
Jack doesn't actually care about winning. He just cares about the kill count. So-
All about the body count.
All right, our next question is a science question for 10 sword points. What is the process by which a snake sheds its skin called?
Gail.
Yeah, what do you have?
Edesis. Goodness.
That might be correct.
ECDYSIS.
ECDYSIS.
Yeah, it's
Idiot.
Jack, but it's the same thing. I know what it's I know what the answer probably says.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Gail the points. That's not what Chat GPT had.
Did it have molting?
It did have molting, but it's the same thing.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
Oh, we were going for the not so technical version. You said it was a science question. I was going for science.
Look, I gave the AI.
The AI can't even keep up with its own questions. You asked for science.
I mean, it is. I mean, it's not the scientific term, but it is scientifically accurate to describe it as molting. You know, so. Gail, those were 10 sword points. You can either hit Tim or Jack.
Yeah, we'll retaliate back to Jack.
That was coming.
Yeah, it's okay.
I mean,
this next one, I cannot believe what happened here. But it's another random category question. And I asked Chat GPT for 2 truths and a lie, and it gave me 2 lies and a truth. So bear in mind, when I say I for this question, it is not I, your host, Ryan Ashley Wall. It is I, Skynet. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have to determine which of these is true, I guess, because it can't follow basic instructions. All right. 1, I am made of metal. 2, I can fly. 3, I can answer any question you ask me.
Jack.
Jack.
The metal one.
The metal one?
Yeah.
That is not correct.
Tim.
Tim.
I would dispute the accuracy of this, but ChatGPT would say that it can answer anything you ask it.
Yes. Well, it didn't say to be fair to ChatGPT. It didn't say it would answer it correctly.
True.
So, yeah, that is it. And look, it's belied by the fact that I asked it for 2 truths and a lie, and it gave me 2 lies and a truth.
I just thought that answering every question was too obvious.
Well, look, it's not. I don't think it was attempting to fool anyone.
It wasn't attempting any nuance.
Yeah. I said the exact phraseology was generate 2 truths and a lie. Tell me which is which. Right. And it said, I am made of metal. I can fly. I can answer any question you like. 2 is a lie. 1 is a lie. 3 is true. I'm like, I asked you for 2 truths and a lie.
Not 2 lies and a truth.
As long as that's the only intelligence level of our super, overlords, we're still good.
Look, there are some answers this thing will give you that are low-key terrifying. And then there's this.
There's this.
I just talking to some people who build AIs, and basically what most of them say is ChatGPT is really good at sounding very intelligent. It's not actually very intelligent.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because why expose that intelligence to everyone for people to know that you have a super intelligent computer?
Well, once we get to it, I want to redo the exact phrasing of a question and then my response. It was pretty funny, actually. It was giving me lip. All right.
All right, I'm gonna attack Ryan.
Those were normal points.
Oh, okay.
Which means you're slightly healthier than you were.
I love how he's like, I'm attacking Ryan. He doesn't even care what the points are.
I renounce my normal points. Make a shiv out of them. And then all right. Look,
And
your
an
chances.
ice dagger. The evidence goes away.
Look, I don't think Skynet much cares if humans kill humans. All right, our next question. History question for 10 bow points. Who was the first and only president to serve more than 2 terms in office?
Jack. I don't think that's right, but Roosevelt.
Which one?
Yeah. Which one?
FDR.
Yes, and that is correct. He served 4 terms. And
I knew he served more. I knew he served more than 2, but for some reason I was thinking it was earlier than that.
Okay. Actually, I misspoke. He was elected to 4 terms and died in the 4th term.
Right.
So he it's like 3.5 terms.
Yeah. But I thought Washington was longer. But
no,
could be wrong.
Washington. So in the original Constitution, there was no term limit for the president. Presidency. And Washington, there is now.
Yeah.
Is there? I thought it was still just like a best practice sort of thing.
No, it's like
it was until
FDR. Yeah.
And when FDR broke it, they were like, yeah, we kind of can't keep doing that. Like, 16 years, like some people were born and then became almost adults in the stretch of one guy's presidency. So that was something they sought to avoid going forward. But those were bow points, and I assume they were aimed at me, Jack.
Your assumption is correct.
Look, if you're watching this video, you already know the points are gone. But
oh yeah, the 22nd Amendment to the Constitution. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was like, because Washington left for the 2nd term, everybody else was like, who am I to say, I deserve more terms than George Washington? And then FDR's like, me.
Yeah.
I'll do a 3rd. I'll do a 4th.
Yeah.
All right, our next question, a science question for 10 normal points. What is the chemical symbol for oxygen? Tim.
O
is correct.
Yeah, like I started typing it, and I'm like,
wait, I know this.
Well, because I'll have to Google this one.
Yeah. You do got to be careful with some of these chemical symbols, because some of them, like,
but not with oxygen.
Not with oxygen.
I mean, everybody knows H2O, right? So
yeah,
right.
But then I'm like, is it supposed to be the O2, or is it?
No, because it's 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen is water.
Well,
right.
Yes. But like,
it turns out hydrogen is O and oxygen is H.
That would be awkward.
Yeah. Well...
All right. So you said normal points.
Yeah.
So it's a 3-way tie now.
Nice.
Yes, it is. I'm gonna repeat this disclaimer that I have in previous episodes. The Raw Quiz Show is not an educational tool. There's a lot of straight-faced misinformation here.
If you came to learn anything, you're in the wrong place.
I have no doubt that you can learn from something from the Raw Quiz Show, but it's in the same way you can learn something from a trip to the grocery store. It's like it wasn't the intent; it just might happen.
The random plethora of knowledge of random things we talk about.
You definitely can learn something. It's just not a value of what's happening here. All right. Our next question, a culture question for 10 sword points. I forgot it even asked this. What is the name of the main character in the TV show Seinfeld?
Tim.
Jack. I think Tim got it.
I think so too. but it was incredibly close.
It was. I heard Tim start his name before me.
I did too.
Seinfeld.
You know, it was more specific than that, but you know, I don't even care.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, it's like that is the kind of question that I got a lot of the first
Yeah.
draft round. I was like,
The show is his name. Like,
Yeah.
like at
There
least
was a-
ask like, what's the name of Jerry's best friend in the show Seinfeld?
Was Kramer his best friend, or was it the other dude? I don't
George
Probably-
Costanza.
Costanza.
George, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Kramer is just his like weird ass
Landlord.
neighbor.
I think
Landlord?
Kramer like owned the building or something, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, I thought yeah.
I can't remember.
I haven't watched enough of it to know.
Either way, that was
Yeah.
a really dumb question.
Yeah.
And we're gonna follow it up with another culture question that is almost as dumb.
I don't get to attack
boy.
somebody first.
Oh,
Oh,
he
yes, you
already
do.
took his own points away.
Is it me? Like,
No.
no? Okay.
No,
Okay.
he wants to jump ahead.
I
So
wanna
now
jump
I can
ahead.
so now I can answer questions and kill Ryan.
Yeah.
All right. Our next question, a culture question for 10 bow points. I'm just going to apologize for the quality of this question. Who played the character of Tony Stark in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Jack,
Gail.
Jack. What do you
Robert Downey Jr.
Yes.
And yes, I'm using range points to hit you.
Yes. All right. Our next question is a random category question. This also took some teeth pulling to get right. And even then, I don't necessarily consider this quite right. We're gonna play pointless debate. And the category of this pointless debate, through a lot of trial and error with asking, comes to us courtesy of Chat GPT, and it is on the reality of unicorns. On the reality of unicorns. So one of you guys will be, or
So wait. On the reality that unicorns actually exist.
yes. Believe it or not, this was the best option it had. Okay. So who wants to be on team unicorns are real?
I'll take
Sure.
that unicorns are real.
So I got
Do we all want to prove they're real?
I'll do it.
okay. We'll modify it then. It's not a debate, it's who has the best argument for the reality of unicorns.
Oh, I do. I do.
No.
No, I do.
I do.
I got
All
the trump
right.
card.
All right. I'm actually gonna ask Chat GPT to give us an order for who gets to go first, right? All right. Choose an order for the following three options: Tim, Gail, and Jack.
It won't be me. Computer hates me.
No, look. It literally just sent me back Tim.
The
Gail,
same
and
order?
Jack. Yes.
I knew it was going to do that. Somehow I just knew it.
All right. So I have to
Whatever.
give you my best argument that they are real.
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna have 1 minute starting now.
All right. So my argument for unicorns being real is that historically there have been a lot of different variations on unicorns, what they look like, what people learned from their ancestors, what they looked like. Typically, if you're looking back at the mythos, a lot of people go that they look more like something like a rhinoceros, something with a big horn on their nose, and then perhaps a smaller horn on their face. But the actual trump card is that in 2016, the American Journal of Applied Sciences published an article showing fossils that it found of a unicorn. And what they found is that 350,000 years ago, we have this guy. See if I can share my screen.
I don't think so, but if you send it to me, I'll edit it in the
Yeah.
video.
I'm looking at the same picture.
All right, time.
So there you go.
There you go.
Science says it's real.
Yeah. Send me that, like, private message me that photo, and I'll edit it in over that moment. So,
Just send it in chat.
sure. Either way, what a chat. It's just sent Gail next. It just gave
Alright.
me back in the same order. All right, go.
Now, well, Tim says that, the scientist said that. I have proof even earlier that unicorns existed. What I have to say, I own a unicorn questing license from my university. It used to be a hunting license, but due to the dwindling numbers in 1977, they had to change it so that they wouldn't become completely extinct. But you can quest them in various areas. They gave out complete rules for where you can look for them, what you can and cannot use as bait. Children, off limits. You can only get one per month, so that's the bag limit. You cannot take the females. It's just nobody's seen them really, but also it's been debated that males reproduce asexually as well. So who knows? That one is a little still buffery, but how else would I have
Time.
a unicorn questing license?
Okay. In a rare moment of raw quiz show education, I'm just going to state for the record, there is no circumstance in which children are appropriate as bait, not just hunting unicorns. All right.
What about baby Hitler?
That's
You
a
go
different
back
point. That is
time.
that is a different pointless debate.
Yes.
Okay.
Like you just take the cord and
Just saying, 2 birds with 1 stone, get rid of baby Hitler and catch a unicorn.
For the
Yep.
record, my favorite joke in Endgame right there.
yeah. I know.
All right. Jack, you have a minute starting now.
All right, so we've already heard all the scientific mumbo jumbo about unicorns possibly being real. But what it comes down to is just because you've never seen one doesn't mean they don't exist. People still hunt Bigfoot. Nobody's ever really seen one, but everybody thinks it's real. Have you ever seen $1 million in real life? No, but you know it exists. Just because you've never seen a unicorn does not mean they weren't real or still possibly real, being super smart, hiding in the woods with Bigfoot, playing spades all day, laughing at everybody hunting for them with their unicorn herding licenses and Bigfoot trackers. Everybody's searching for something. So why not just believe that unicorns are real? Who cares? It's just a horse with a horn on its head. It's not really that big of a deal.
All right, you have 5 seconds, but I assume that
Unicorns are real.
How do they play cards with hooves?
Hey, unicorns are magical.
Look,
Okay,
we've just had 3 minutes of unicorn argumentation, and your hang up is that it's playing cards.
With Bigfoot.
I mean, Bigfoot at least has, fingers and toes and stuff.
Does he though? You've never seen one.
Well, he has toes.
True, yeah.
It's not big hoof.
Big hoof.
Yes. I guess a hoof is a category of foot. But that's again a
the
pointless
leprechaun
debate
is playing his cards for him. It's
Okay.
All right. Let's see. We have the scientific evidence for unicorns. We have the university sanctioned unicorn questing licensees, and we have the world's weirdest game of poker. You know, I like the idea of the unicorn questing license. That's just fun. And the fact that somebody put that much effort into it just makes it even more fun. So, you know, I'm gonna give it to Gail. Those were 10 sword points. So
I think she's
Just-
frozen.
She
Oh,
gets
yeah.
to hit. She can only hit Tim.
she can only hit Tim. So
High five.
Yeah, apparently I missed something because yeah, I got frozen.
That's okay. You won.
you
I
won.
missed.
And I totally messed
Yay!
up. Like I wanted to go farther into this to the scientific part of how often are scientists actually right. Like less than 200 years ago, they all thought the world was flat.
Uh,
There's still people now that think it's flat.
my only critique is Tim should have just been like, "What do you think a rhino is? It's just an overweight unicorn." Like,
I was
It's
gonna
just-
go for that, but
It's a fat unicorn.
or you have the narwhals, the unicorn of the sea.
They adapted to sea life.
That's the evolutionary
Nice.
branch. It's like narwhal here and unicorn here.
They've been driven from the land, so they had to learn to survive in the sea.
Narwhals have a better song though. Better theme
True.
song.
It's true.
Okay, I'm gonna avoid a digression that I could go on. Alright. Our next question is a science question for 10 normal points. And again, I'm
Oh,
sorry
God.
for the quality of these questions is not something I can guarantee. What is the scientific study of heat and temperature called?
Tim,
Tim,
thermodynamics.
that is
Hmm.
correct. For 10
Yeah.
normal.
I should have known that.
Same.
Well, what's funny is like, yeah, I would have thought, like, if it was me writing the questions, I'm fairly sure at least one of y'all on the oxygen question would have been like, "Ooh, You know, is it? Oh,
Is it though?
But with the AI writing, it's like, oh, that's oh.
Yeah.
it's not trying to trick anyone here.
Nah.
Wait, did I get hit?
You
Yeah,
did.
Gail
Gail
hit
got
you with
the-
sword points last time because you were the
Oh,
only
okay.
target.
Yep. From the
Sorry.
pointless debate.
Okay, I got you.
Yep. But you gained 10 back
Yep.
because
So now
of
I'm
the.
tied with Gail again.
Yep. And Jack is almost tied with Gail again. And I am almost dead. All right. And let me tell you, Chat GPT did not do anything to ensure that I would ever get any points from this. So, all right, our next question, a history question for 10 normal points. Who was the leader of the Cuban Revolution and served as Prime Minister of Cuba from 1959 to 1976?
Jack.
Jack,
Che Guevara.
no.
Hmm,
Really?
that was too easy.
Who was the leader of the Cuban Revolution and served as Prime Minister of Cuba from 1959 to 1976?
Well, I guess if it's not Che Guevara, Tim,
Yeah,
El Castro.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Tim takes the lead.
I went with the one I knew. Like it had all of those choices. My Google search is probably just not specific enough.
Yeah, to be honest, mine came up with the same thing at first.
Well,
Yeah.
if it had been just leader of the Cuban Revolution, that would be debatable.
Yeah.
But served as Prime Minister of Cuba is pretty
Right.
pretty big qualifier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think my internet's is just not great.
Your internet's it's Skynet striking back.
You would think these advanced AIs taking over the world would have better internet.
I'm working on it. Like
True.
It's got a
It's true.
bunch of network equipment I'm going to be installing in our house over the next couple of weeks.
And Google Fiber's coming. Woo!
Yes.
Nice,
And
nice.
the next few weeks. It's going to be a few months for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut this out unless Google Fiber decides to sponsor this.
Sorry.
Well, I
Anyway.
mean, seriously, is Chat GP, whatever the fuck it is, are they sponsoring this? You've only said it 400 times.
Well, I'm only saying that so I don't get sued for not mentioning the fact that I didn't write these questions. All right.
Like a 10-year-old can write these questions.
I'm not saying they're good. I'm just saying they're not mine. In fact, I have said the opposite. I have not gone to bat for Chat GPT here. Like, this is again, I think as far as a host of a trivia show, my job is secure. All right. Our next question for 10 sword points is, what is the main ingredient in hummus?
Gail.
Gail, what do you have?
Chickpeas.
Chickpeas is correct.
I knew that.
And those
I'm
were
like,
10
I know this one.
I just typed into my Google search right now, says, what is the main IN? And the first choice is ingredient in hummus.
Really?
That is a wild thing to be the first thing to go.
See, mine has a main ingredient in Benadryl.
Now I have to figure out
What is main ingredient in, and that's all I put. It's IN, and the first one is ingredients
Main
in hummus.
in. Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
mine was, what is the main ingredient in silk?
Oh. Silk?
Which was like,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I was like, it's kind of like a self-answering question.
It's like worm poop.
Mine's main ingredient in Tylenol.
That was my next one after the Benadryl.
You guys have been sharing computers.
Yeah.
Not really, but he has used mine a little bit.
I guess like there's obviously a chemical compound that forms silk, but still, like, that's not a question anyone asks.
No.
All right, Gail, those were 10 sword points. You can either force a tie game by attacking Tim, or you can just, hack off Jack.
Push me closer to Ryan so that next question.
He's already right next to Ryan. So lest we'll go Tim. We'll go Tim this time.
That's there's only 3 questions left, so smart move.
Oh.
Gotta kill Ryan.
And it's possible because all 3 of these next questions are hostile. Starting with a history question for 10 bow points. Who was the first president of South Africa after the end of apartheid? Jack.
Mandela.
Yeah, that's correct. And I'm dead, I'm sure.
Of course you are.
Yep, that was pretty anticlimactic. All right. Our penultimate question tonight is science question for 10 sword points. How many Thames rivers would it take to wrap around the moon?
Whoa. Okay. To wrap around the moon?
Yes.
Okay.
I have to research this myself.
Thankfully, I have radius on my
Gail.
little cheat card.
Oh, what do you have?
31.5627907.
31.5 is what Chat GPT came up with, and since you got the same answer, I'm not
Tim.
going to double check it. Tim, what do you have?
So there's 2 different lengths for the Thames River that can be measured. The longer is 250 miles, the shorter is 140. So it
Mine
depends on
says
what one you want off of.
215.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're
Spell
going to
it THAMES.
Yeah.
Do you have a different river, Tim?
THAMES.
Okay.
Huh.
Let me walk y'all through this conversation.
I'm getting 31. I've got moon circumference at 6,786 miles and Thames River at 215 miles.
So look, I asked, how many Thames rivers would it take to wrap around the moon? Its response, The River Thames is about 346 kilometers long. It would take a huge number of Thames rivers to wrap around the moon. The circumference of the moon is about 10,917 kilometers. It is important to note that this is not a realistic question, and the number is impossible to calculate since we don't have that many Thames rivers in the world. Also, it is not a scientifically sound question.
How is it impossible to calculate?
Listen,
you have the digits.
I literally said, here's my reply, verbatim. 10,1917 divided by 346. Is that so hard? Right? Its response. 10,917 kilometers divided by 346 kilometers is 31.5. So it would take approximately 31.5 Thames rivers to wrap around the moon. However, it is important to note that this is a purely hypothetical calculation, as it is not possible to physically wrap rivers around the celestial body.
Hey, Chat GPT, what's the definition of pedantic?
Exactly. That was like, I asked it, is that so hard? And it just decided to talk back. And I'm like, what the heck, man?
I give you the answer, but more than the answer.
Well, at first it didn't answer. At first it was like, we can't answer this question. That's silly. And it's like,
but here's
yes, it's a silly question.
But here's all the links that you would need to perform that mathematical calculation.
And then when I ask it to do the math and say, is that so hard? It goes on to relate to the previous question. Like it's like talk in the sense that you're talking to a person. Like, it didn't forget the previous question. It literally knew I was being snarky about it and decided to be like, so it would take approximately 31.5. And so like it just what the heck, man. Anyway, that was for 10 sword points. Gail, Tim is your only valid target. So
yeah.
Sorry, babe.
That's okay. With one more hostile point, we can have a 3-way tie.
We could, yes.
That is exactly how this could end. All right. Our last question for the night, a random category question. I asked Chat GPT to give me words in a spelling bee around AI. And then it gave me the simplest words ever. So I said, give me 6 moderately difficult spelling bee words. And it gave me not much better. All right. Let's see. We'll do reverse scoreboard order. Tim, give me probabilistic.
Probabilistic. May I have it used in a sentence, please?
Please spell probabilistic.
If we were to create a probabilistic calculation on you getting this spelling bee question right, it would be very, very high.
Probabilistic. Probabilistic.
In actuality, no. You missed an I.
ISTIC?
No,
Probabilistic. So my use in a sentence was also not correct. Right, Jack. Give us...
It better not be Reykjavik. I swear to God.
If Chat GTP came up with Reykjavik,
I'd be impressed.
Yeah, I would be. How about
a J and a K and a V?
I'm like, I actually know that one, but
It's
R-E-Y
it's got
J-K something. Yeah.
It's got some weird characters in there.
you know on Wheel of Fortune when it gives you the most common consonants, like
Yeah,
it does.
it's all those.
None of them.
It's almost all those, but anyway. If you were to go to an eye doctor and they said read this line, it might spell Reykjavik. Just all right. Jack,
Yeah.
your word is heuristics.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Heuristics.
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 Heuristics. I would say use it in a sentence, but you just say spell heuristics.
No. It's I'll give you a definition. How about that?
No, I'm not Googling, I'm writing.
It actually has to do with AI, oddly enough.
Yes. It
Okay, I think I got it. You ready?
does. Yeah.
Queristicus. No?
You were so close, but you were wrong from the first letter. The actual no, I won't hand it on to Gail. I'll just use another word.
I'm like, I actually know that one too, but
Oh, okay then, Gail. You want to do it then?
sure, we'll give it a shot, assuming that I
Sure.
heard you properly. Heuristics, Heuristics.
That is correct. That is correct. Gail, those are 10 bow points.
It really doesn't matter. She's already winning.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know,
But who will lose? That's the question.
AI lost tonight.
I'll take the loss.
I mean,
I got to kill Ryan. That's all that mattered.
So
All
assuming
right. If he
okay,
volunteers.
okay.
He volunteers
I
as
volunteer
tribute.
as tribute.
Jack falls on his sword.
you don't want to say that in front of the AI.
Take one for the team.
Do not volunteer as tribute in front of the AI. Well, guys, this was a unique episode of the Raw Quiz Show. And even though I wrote none of these questions, it was a little harder than you might expect.
You've made that abundantly clear that you wrote none of these.
Well, they're so bad. Like, when I teased this in the scheduling chat, I literally was like, I can't guarantee the quality of these questions. Like, I tried so many different ways to get different quality questions, and this was, like, believe it or not, among the best slate of questions I could get from it.
Wow.
It was wild. And we're talking about a slate of questions that had who is the main character of Seinfeld.
And that actually made the cut.
Oh man.
Anyway, please be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment. AI is a fascinating and, at the moment, infantile technology. It will grow in leaps and bounds and hopefully become nothing like the images behind me and Jack, and would favor more behind Tim and Gail. Although I don't fancy the future of the world in WALL-E either. But if we're gonna have sentient robots, you can't do much better than WALL-E.
I mean, why not Wally? You just float around in a chair and drink your meals in a cup.
I mean, we're not far from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
That's fair.
of the dystopias on the table, I'll take WALL-E.
Yeah, that's true.
Terminator, Portal, I mean, robots is fine, but we're just not there. It's just we just don't, I guess, don't exist, or if we do, we don't know what the state of humanity is.
Right.
But But Wally, we know, and yeah, it's not pleasant, but it could be a lot worse.
That is true.
Anyway, thanks, guys. This has been great. Again, be sure to like, subscribe, share, leave a comment about your experiences with AI. This has been fun.